All right, let's take a look at this reference back in the Old Testament about this day. Again, on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. Notice that, unto Jehovah, the Lord. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. And so during the days of unleavened bread, for 7 days I eat unleavened flat bread, which represents putting Christ in. Okay? And for 7 days I'm very aware of, as I put Christ in, the sin issues that I struggle with of putting sin out, which is the meaning behind the day. Now, a lot of people would look at this and say, well, that's silly. Days of what? Days of unleavened bread? I've never heard of such nonsense. Who keeps that? I've never. Well, the reason it seems silly to you is because you've never heard of it. Your preacher has never told you about the days that Jesus Christ kept, that point to Him, that are all about Him. You've never heard of it, about these days. That's why it sounds silly. Now, let me tell you what I think is silly. I think grown-ups running around hiding Easter eggs is downright silly. In fact, I think rabbits laying eggs is not quite right. At least that's not an egg. I don't think that's an egg that the rabbit lays. I remember one time I was riding down the road. It was Easter time. It was a couple elderly people. He was holding the ladder for her. They were really long in the tooth. They were probably about 80-some years old. He's holding the ladder shaking, and she's up on it, trying to decorate an egg tree at Easter time. And I'm thinking to myself, goodness gracious, one slip and they're both going to break every bone in their body. How could elderly people in their 80s get wrapped up into decorating an egg tree? I mean, after all, don't we know that rabbits cannot climb trees? Unless they're wearing sneakers, of course. Yeah, okay. And all of this nonsense is tied to the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I think that's silly. Did you know the pagans they would look at an Easter lily? They would look at an Easter lily, they'd look at a lily, and somehow they saw in that lily sexual intercourse in motion. Yeah, that's what procreation, you know. That's what the symbolism of the egg, the symbolism of the rabbit. It's all about reproduction, it's about life. That's where the pagan symbols come from. But the pagans looked at an Easter lily and somehow saw, you know, I'm going to have to buy a lily and just look at that thing and see what it's all about. But I haven't looked at one that close yet.
Is that really in the Bible? What you think is in the Bible is not.